Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Leadership in Politics with Dr. Abraham. With me today is Professor M.S. Rao. Professor Rao, welcome to the show. Nice to see you
Thank,
back.
thank you for having me on your show. It's indeed an honor to be with you today to
Of
share my
course,
ideas and insights.
of course, I have seen you back probably in June or July. We had a good talk. I met you again in the symposium. We shared your insights with our audience, the Global Thought Leader Symposium. And now we are going to talk about soft leadership. After the symposium, I received some inquiries about soft leadership. And I said, who's better to do this than you? Because you have coined the term soft leadership. So if you may kindly define soft leadership to me and to us, and then after that, I'm going to ask you about more details about soft leadership.
Soft leadership is about leading people through persuasion, leading people through soft skills.
Okay.
Uh, uh, Previously, there were so many leadership styles. Whenever I conducted training programs, I was told that they were not happy with the leadership styles like transformational, transactional, charismatic, participative, democratic. Like that, there are so many leadership styles. They said those styles have been outdated, so we need to have a new leadership style that suits a new generation, like millennials. They are known as Generation Y. Now Generation Z is entering in the workplace. So this young generation, they want a new leadership perspective where there will not be like any leaders and led, there will not be any bosses and subordinates. Uh, they are all like partners working towards achieving organizational goals and objectives. So then I clubbed soft skills with leadership because I have earned my PhD in soft skills, and I have done research for 4 years, and I earned my PhD in soft skills. And I am passionate about leadership because I served in the Indian Air Force, Indian military. I have served, and I have passion for leadership. This both and coined soft leadership.
So
Then
how
what
do
I
you
have
define
done,
it? If we define it in a sentence or two, what is soft leadership?
soft leadership is the ability to lead people through soft skills. It is to accomplish the goals and objectives by emphasizing people orientation without compromising task orientation.
Okay.
That's how we can briefly summarize soft leadership.
Let me ask you, within the soft leadership, there are characteristics, and they also, you have 11 C's. Are those
Yeah.
11 C's are soft skills?
No, no,
Okay.
no,
So what's
no.
the difference between the 11 C's you have and soft skills? And if you may kindly go ahead and tell me what are the 11 C's first, and kind of define each one if you can, if possible. If not, just tell me what they are.
There are 11 C's that collectively constitute soft leadership.
Okay.
There, first I emphasize character. Character is the main thing the leaders must have. So first is character, second charisma, third conscience, fourth conviction, fifth courage, sixth communication, seventh compassion, eighth commitment, ninth consistency, tenth consideration, and 11th contribution. So these are the 11 C's that collectively constitute soft leadership.
So
And when
for,
we talk about soft skills basically three
before you go,
areas.
before you go there, so when we talk about a soft leader, we say he's a soft leader. Do we mean he has the characteristics of the 11 C's? He has all of these 11 C's, and that will make him a soft leader? Or is there such thing as a soft leader? Because the term soft leader, it indicates someone who is weak or meek or soft. Why did you call it soft? What do you call someone who mastered the soft leadership? Do you call him a soft leader, or there's another term you have?
No, soft leader doesn't mean someone who is weak or soft. it's a concept that I have coined. Soft leader is the one who believes in people orientation, who persuades the people to accomplish goals and objectives, right? If you look at Mother Teresa, she was a soft leader. If you look at Mahatma Gandhi, he was a soft leader.
Mhm.
If you look at Nelson Mandela, he was a soft leader. If you look at Martin Luther King, he was a soft leader. So that doesn't mean that Martin Luther King compromised his principles and philosophies, and he fought for equality of blacks along with whites. Okay,
Mhm.
so these leaders are soft means not physically soft. They believe in soft power. They believe in persuasion rather than making hurting the people or adversely affecting the sentiments of the people. These people follow certain standards and they emphasize persuasion. They communicate politely, pleasingly, but they never compromise their principles and philosophies. So soft leaders doesn't mean that they are physically soft. They are very strong. They will never compromise their goals and objectives, and uh, they emphasize people orientation without compromising task orientation. That's what I have told.
Excellent.
So, and secondly, these are the 11 C's that collectively constitute soft leadership. It's not necessary that all leaders should have 11 C's. It's not possible because some leaders are good communicators. Some leaders may not be good communicators.
Mhm.
Just because somebody couldn't communicate, you can't say that he lacked the leadership qualities. But he
But
has got something which is
communication is part of the 11 C's, right?
yeah,
Okay, so he has to be a communicator, but it's also part of the soft skills.
yeah.
Okay,
Soft skills are how you communicate with others. Okay.
so what I notice, if I may just explore this further with you, I notice you combine the characteristics and the components. Characteristics, like an example, a good character, a good moral character. He has to have good character, right? And he or she cannot compromise that one.
Yes.
But then it's really character is not a soft skill. This is a characteristics of the leader, of the soft leader.
Yeah.
So how do we know, or how do you distinguish between when you would use your soft skills and you become a soft leader, or when do you use it to actually communicate a message?
Soft skills are the way you communicate with others. The way, that means how politely, pleasingly you communicate with others. They are known as soft skills, unlike hard skills. Hard skills are all domain skills.
The hard
Soft
skills.
skills, hard skills are all domain skills. For example, you have subject knowledge. That means you have a strong content. That means you are having hard skill. But if you have only content, if you don't know how to communicate, that means you lack soft skills. So what you need to have is you should have content, that is hard skill, and you should have communication, that is soft skill. That
That's what
means
I meant.
you need to have both hard skills and soft skills
I
to
meant
achieve success.
I meant if you are a soft leader, and one of the characteristics of it is communication. If you lacked communication, would that mean you have a default in your soft leader characteristics? Meaning, would it take you? What happens if you don't have all the 11 C's? Would you
I
still be called a soft leader?
See, these 11 C's are the 11 characteristics to become a soft leader.
Okay.
But all leaders will not have all the C's. If a leader has got 6 qualities or more, we can say
Call
that
him
they
soft.
are
Okay,
soft
that's what I
leaders.
wanted to verify
Because
or
because
clarify.
as I tell very clearly, some people are, for example, if you look at Steve Jobs, he had strong content, but he might not be a great communicator, right?
Yes.
So just because somebody lacks communication skills, you can't say that he is not a soft leader. And somebody is having communication skills, but he or she doesn't have content, then also it is meaningless. You should have content and you must know how to put that content across to the people. That is communication.
Excellent.
That's why content can be called as hard skill, communication can be called as soft skill. These both are essential to become a professional leader or a good leader. Now again, when we come to the soft leadership, 11 C's are collectively making soft leadership. But it's not necessary that all leaders must have all these. If they have 6 C's or more, we can call them as soft leaders.
Excellent. And in the same token, can we say the same thing about hard leadership? Is there such thing as hard leadership? Is it coined already, or are we just associating that because there is soft leadership, there must be a hard leadership?
See, soft leadership and hard leadership, both are different. Hard leadership means someone who is a bit autocratic. Like, I would give you certain examples. So Steve Jobs was a hard leader. Tim Cook is a soft leader. Right?
Got it.
Jack Welch was a hard leader. Jeff Immelt is a soft leader. Both are leaders, but one who is very aggressive and somewhat autocratic, we can call them as hard leaders. Someone who is not autocratic but people oriented, participative oriented, we can call them as soft leaders.
That's because the other one is a task oriented. The task oriented is a hard leader, and the people oriented is a soft leader. I got
soft
it.
Leader.
And this explanation, the reason, ladies and gentlemen, the reason I asked Professor Rao to explain this and clarify it for us, because the term soft, not necessarily here, it doesn't mean at all the individual leader is meek or soft, as the word means, but it means he has certain orientation that he works within. Now, we talked about the definition, we talked about the 11 C's, we talked about soft leadership and hard leadership. What else should people know about this soft leadership?
Soft leadership helps achieve organizational excellence and effectiveness. It can be used for organizations, and soft leadership can be used to achieve global peace and prosperity. For instance, now China and USA, they have tug of war globally, and both are pursuing hard leadership. What is required is soft leadership. That means soft leadership means communicating politely, pleasingly from both the sides. Like China must communicate politely, pleasingly, and even America must also communicate politely and pleasingly. So they must adopt soft leadership rather than hard leadership. That is at the global level. Now again, Trump had a problem with the World Health Organization. Trump is somewhat a hard leader, and he had a problem with China, and he had problem with even World Health Organization with regard to COVID-19. So what Trump lacked was soft leadership. So Trump lacks soft leadership. He has to adopt soft leadership. As I have told you some time back, Steve Jobs was a hard leader, Apple.
What did he lack from the 11 C's to make him a soft leader?
Again, same. He was a task oriented. Steve Jobs was a task oriented. Whereas, if you look at Tim Cook, okay, so he also emphasizes a task orientation, but he's more into people orientation. I hope I'm drawing the thin line between Steve Jobs and Tim Cook. Now, similarly, if you look at Jack Welch, he was task oriented, and he led General Electric, and then again Jeff Immelt, he led GE.
You should put that in a course or so. Do you have a course? Are you teaching that to your students?
Yeah, I have conducted soft leadership training classes for some students. and some corporates also I conducted. I have a course plan for soft leadership. Like
Okay.
once there used to be servant leadership. Likewise, I have a course for soft leadership, and hopefully, if you can conduct online classes, I'll be happy to uh, share my knowledge on soft leadership.
Do you want me to assist you in the formation of the
Yeah,
class?
if you can conduct online
No problem.
classes. I have written so many research papers on soft leadership. I have written so many articles on soft leadership, and I have published books also. I'll show you the books on soft leadership. This is the book,
Okay.
Soft Leadership. Dave Ulrich, the father of modern HR, has written a foreword.
The
Yeah,
legend,
legend
huh?
of
The legend.
HR. He is my good friend. He has written a foreword. Okay. Then
Nice.
again, this is one more book on soft leadership. Uh, Dennis Carey, he wrote foreword for one more book on soft leadership.
What's the difference between this book and the other book? What's the premise
Yeah,
of each one? Or do they deal the same thing, you just
yeah.
expanded on?
Knowledge about soft leadership. This is from a scholarly perspective. Okay, research-oriented book. This was the beginning of soft leadership. Okay. Then again, I have written this book, How to Resolve Global Conflicts. This how to persuade people, how to negotiate, and how to resolve conflicts. This book is on soft leadership, but from the perspective of uh, global peace and prosperity. And I have one more book on soft leadership. Bill Treasurer has written a foreword for this book. This is also about soft leadership. And one more book I have published recently, Soft Leadership, A New Direction to Leadership. That book I have dedicated to uh, Peter Drucker. I admire Peter Drucker, and Peter Drucker is the father of modern management. I have dedicated that book to Peter Drucker, and it's a coincidence that Philip Kotler has written foreword for that book. Philip Kotler, the father of modern marketing, has written a foreword for that book titled Soft Leadership, A New Direction to Leadership. And I have dedicated to Peter Drucker, who is the father
Peter
of
Drucker.
modern management.
Management.
So these 4 books I have written, and I have published research papers on soft leadership, and I have published several articles on soft leadership. So as a result, I am known as the father of soft leadership in the world, right? And also, I have a course content for this soft leadership, and I conduct classes on soft leadership, because this soft leadership is required not only for Trump, for many people, and this leadership is going to stay in the years to come. Why? Because uh, the young people, generation Y and Z, appreciate working with partners, not with leaders, not with bosses. And we are into automation, artificial intelligence, and fourth industrial revolution. So we are into a high-tech world. So this expects soft leadership. So I am sure this leadership is going to rule in the years to come, because people are sick of old leadership styles. That's the reason why I started emphasizing soft leadership globally.
It does encompass more than just what we know transactional and transformational and charismatic
Yeah,
leadership and authentic leadership. So really, if you, in a way, you combine them all, at least you combine the characteristics of each of these styles into this new trend you call soft leadership. If any leader will have any of these characteristics, they can speak, we can still call them charismatic leaders, but in the same time, we can call them soft
yeah.
leaders. Wonderful. If your contact information, how people can reach you?
It's very easy. If you search on Google, Professor M. S. RAO. M for motivation, S for success. RAO. If they search on search engines, if they type on search engines, they can find my LinkedIn, then they can find my Twitter account, then they can find Pinterest, they can find my YouTube channel. Everything will come automatically because I have so many pages on Google because of my passion for sharing my knowledge freely with the world. They can also find my blog, Vision 2030 1 Million Global Leaders, where I share my knowledge freely with the world and I upload quotes and I upload videos and I blog articles. They can find that also. So they should know only my name. That is Professor M. S. Rao, R-A-O Rao. If they type on search engines, they will find all my social media platforms. They can also find my Amazon, where they can find all my books published. 49 books have been published, so they can purchase copies from Amazon.
Ladies and gentlemen, all you need to do, go to google.com, in the search box put the name or put the Professor M.S. Rao, R-A-O, and that should be sufficient. I do thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing the information about soft leadership. I always have a good time talking to you, and I enjoy talking to you. So I bid you goodwill, and we'll talk again. And I'll do my best to see what we can do for the course. Hopefully, we can help others as well through your course. And we'll see. Probably I can host one or two of these courses for you in the future.
Thank you for having me on your show. It's indeed an honor to share my ideas and insights on soft leadership. I'm always grateful to you for giving me this wonderful opportunity. I think this is the third time we are having. First, we had an interview.
Yes.
Second, you invited me into the first global symposium virtually, where you put in your best efforts to bring top people like Dave Aldrich, Chester, Bruce Rosenstein, then Lauren, and me into one platform. So I personally appreciate your passion, patience, and persistence to add value to the people without expecting anything in return.
Exactly.
So it's really an honor to share my ideas. I'm grateful to you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're most welcome. You don't have to go there, but you're most welcome. It's always a pleasure to see you, always a pleasure to hear you, and always a pleasure to share the insights.
Thank you.
So we'll see you again. Thank you so much.